Good evening, folks, and welcome to the War Party Paranormal Radio Show, where we will discuss all things paranormal. Hear firsthand eyewitness accounts from fellow team members and special guests. Now, for lead investigator and your host, Eric Vanderlaan, and co-host, Michael Delcoro.
What's up, my paranormal people? It's Monday again. Happy Monday. Monday really sucked until work was over, and now it's so much better. Well, I'm your host, Eric Vanderlaan of the War Party Paranormal Radio Show and the team leader for War Party Paranormal Research. And I got my buddy over here, and he is...
My name is Mike Delcoro. I am a investigator, tech specialist, and case manager with War Party Paranormal. And tonight we got a pretty awesome show. I'm going to let Eric tell you what we're getting into.
You got a lot of titles, by the way.
Yeah, too many hats.
Right? Yeah, definitely. Well, welcome everyone. We got a really good one. We got so many favorite places. I mean, it's really like hard to determine sometimes which one's our favorite, but we are going to talk about Hotel Redlands, south of Miami and Homestead. Not too far where we did one of our shows at the Last Chance Saloon. And Hotel Redlands is very haunted, got a lot of activity. And we had an opportunity to do events there, but even before that, the hotel had shut down, and the previous owner was living there, and he would let us have the run of the hotel just to ourselves, and got some crazy evidence. But this hotel, just south of Miami and Homestead, it was built back in 1914, and it's been anywhere from a hotel, general store, post office, brothel. Now it's a hotel. It's very nice, actually. So if you're ever heading down to the Florida Keys or going to Miami, check it out. You get a room there. But there's been stories of Al Capone visiting the place. He frequented there. There was a fire. People died there. And there was, I guess it was at the time when it was once a brothel, a woman got thrown out the second story window and died from the fall.
Well, from what I've looked into, they're not sure if she was thrown or she fell, but I think it alludes to that she was thrown out, but they never did prove who did it. It was still kind of a mystery or whatnot. So there's those two conjoining rooms. There's 202 and 201, and that was actually the area where the fire was and where the woman fell to her death. And this room is where we spent a good amount of time investigating.
Not only the room, we've investigated all over too. The dining room, we've gotten activity there. In the kitchen, even the workers, say in the kitchen, they've seen a plate of food slide off the counter for no reason. So it's very active. So I'm not going to waste any more time, and we got a little intro for it that I'm going to share with everyone. So check it out. Here we go. Pretty cool place, huh?
Awesome intro. And I saw some of the people in the comments commenting, how they like my editing skills. That was all Eric, man. That's
Nah,
all
you
Eric
tweaked
on the
it.
intro.
You
I
tweaked
tweaked
it.
it. I tweaked it a little
I
bit.
just threw some clips together. That's the easy part.
But
You made it a little bit snazzy.
yeah,
Very
I had
cool.
to make it a little spooky.
Yeah, definitely. So just to like set the scene, like back in 1914, when this hotel was built, Homestead was pretty much farmland. And it started booming when Henry Flagler built the railroad all the way down to the Florida Keys, because there's a little railroad station right across the street from it. So all kinds of people frequented that place. But yeah, it's very active. We always get a lot of good evidence. Now it's a working hotel, so we did a couple events there. We rented a couple of rooms. The most haunted room, where that lady fell to her death from the window. But we've gotten like evidence everywhere. And I got some old videos that I'm going to show. Not that old, but
real quick.
Go ahead.
Do you remember when we were down in the dining room and it was like after the event?
Door.
Yeah. And
Yep.
It was like, I'm sitting in a chair like this. Joe was right next to me and Eric was sitting over here and there was nobody behind me. And I heard the door click and open, but I didn't even think about it. I just thought it was somebody walking.
And I was sitting across from you, so I saw it. I'm like, did that door just shut? And
yeah, and I looked and I'm like, I thought it was somebody coming in. I actually thought it was Tim or somebody coming in the thing, so I didn't even look. But sure enough,
what's up, April?
Hey, April.
Shout out to April.
Yeah, shout out to all our viewers right now. The chat's popping.
Exactly.
Cassie, Dan Tex, Supernatural Matt, Supernatural
JP.
Spectrum, Shams, April
Shams all the way
here.
from Brazil.
Yeah, the Ghost Dad, JP. What's up, guys?
Yeah, we got Fran. Who else we got here? Oh, there's a little love right there. We love you too, April. So I'm going to show like a quick clip, and then we got some of our team members coming on. So after this video, we'll sign them on, and we'll talk about their experiences too, because they've all experienced stuff here. It's a very cool place. So let's start out with this video. This is like my favorite.
What was that? You know what that sounds like?
What does it
Sounds like it's saying me.
What?
Listen. No? That was weird.
That's the first time I cleared out a room. She like hauled ass out of that room. You hear her screaming in the background. It's pretty funny. I love it.
Yeah, I did.
Like
I heard her
happens,
scream
right?
and just kind of like disappear.
That was that night we had the place to ourselves, and the owner invited a couple of his friends. So
That's
that was
a
pretty
wild
cool.
EVP. If anybody is listening on the radio side, we had to bleep it out, FCC requirements, but you can obviously don't have to bleep out the EVP. So like, I don't know if you can make out what it's saying, but
F me.
yeah, pretty crazy, pretty wild.
G-rated. Gotta be G-rated on the show. So we're gonna bring in our team members, and we're gonna bring up Senor and Senorita 305. What's up?
What's up, guys?
Can't hear you. You're muted.
I'm not.
There you go.
There
No,
you
you're
go.
not.
What's up? What's up?
And there's the hotel in the background.
This is the
Yes.
back of the hotel, but wait till you see
There's
the front
like-
of the hotel.
The back of the
You have to
hotel
move.
has like 50 cats like roaming around that place.
Oh.
It's crazy. All right.
It does.
Why are cats always attracted to ghosts for some reason? I don't know. Whenever there's a lot of cats, it seems like it's a spooky place.
Might have
How's
to,
it going, my bro chachos and Pero sisters
do
out
chat-
there
chats?
in the
Bro
chat?
Doing good. Yep.
Bro
everyone's doing good.
chachos.
The chat's hopping in here, so it's hopping.
Hey,
All right.
that's Dad.
And we're gonna bring in
El Puma.
Joe, aka El
Oh,
Puma.
speaking of cats,
El Puma, yeah.
Yeah, we're bringing
Our big tigre.
Oh,
big
where is
cat.
he?
There we go.
oh, the front of the hotel.
I think he's inside that. He's in there in that room.
Oh, look, he's special entrance.
Hey, hey, hey.
I was down the street grabbing a beer at the bar in the corner.
The Mexican bar.
The
I found a Flanagan's.
burrito place.
That fire burrito place in the corner.
Oh, that place is good.
Yeah, I didn't get
Just
to
an
eat it.
FYI, the
I think
bar
it's
at
delicious.
just an FYI, the bar at the hotel makes some mean mojitos. So talk to ghosts and
They're a
drink
martini
mojitos all
bar.
night.
They're an
Yeah.
awesome martini bar, so thank you.
Yeah, definitely.
All right.
So I believe Armando and Jen were there before Joe and Mike were there. So tell me, like, when you first, like, the first time you ever been there, like, what was your impression? What stood out? What, did anything crazy happen to you? Like, what's the thing that sticks in your mind?
Well, I was super excited to come here because I've always known about this place, and since we live in South Florida,
Mm-hmm.
305.
305.
Yeah,
Yeah,
305.
that's represent.
That is like the dirty South right there.
Dirty South.
Yeah, we were very excited to
Dale.
go there and see how it was, and it's very creepy. My favorite room though is the one next to, what everybody calls the haunted room, but the one that's like kind of bigger.
Yeah, that would be room 201. No, 202. Excuse me.
It has like a balcony.
Mhm.
That's the room I get like the most like creepy vibes from.
Mhm.
But everywhere has like a thing. Like the laundry place has like
Activity.
somebody going there. Like I don't know, it's
Yeah.
a lady, I was told.
Definitely.
And there's a few other rooms that have their own little personality. I can tell you that.
My favorite room and my favorite experience that we ever had at Hotel Redland was the room where it was frequently checked out by Al Capone. When we were doing an EVP session,
Going
we
gangsta.
had a silhouette of someone laying down on the mattress. Remember?
Like sitting or
It was sitting,
Laying,
and then it
yeah.
just kind of like laid back, and then we saw the whole silhouette of the
butt.
and back on the mattress. It was very cool.
Wow.
Yeah, I think Joe and Franny, when they first went there, they got sick in that room. Yeah, but like,
Pretty much as soon as we walked into that room, I mean, it was during an event, so Mike and I took advantage while the guests were downstairs doing the intro, and we're like, let's go upstairs and see what we could do. And as soon as we were in there just setting up, I was like, dude, I am not feeling good. My stomach is on fire right now. My chest is super tight. And I think we got a couple EVPs just right off the bat, just coming in setting up before we walked out. But I mean, that whole building, that hallway down where those rooms are is hot. Like you guys were saying, the laundry room is, for some reason, was really active. And I think Mike even was speaking to somebody there that worked from the hotel and was sharing a story.
And
Yeah.
you know, it was one of those nights where Joe and I had free range while they were doing an event, and I was doing a TikTok live actually with one of our friends, Camilla Swamp Witch on TikTok, and Joe and I walked over into the laundry room, and one of the employees that's like a handyman was in there, and I said, "Hey man," and he's like, "Are you guys the ghost hunters?" And we're like, "Yeah, you know, we're doing an event." And he's like, I'm like, "Have you ever experienced anything?" And I was like, "I'm on TikTok live. You want to be on live?" He's like, No. So I put the phone like down, and I kept recording it. I'll have to find it and upload it to Instagram or something. But he starts going on like, "Hey, I've heard about it, and I didn't believe it. And then I was here fixing some ACs, and I was here by myself, and I got like a really weird vibe, and I saw a door move, and he's like, and then it just kind of like all freaked me out, and I didn't even want to be in there in the building by myself.
Well, it's weird. It's weird because I think there's like different entities upstairs and downstairs. The dining room especially, and 201 and 202, those two rooms, and just like you said, like all over this, pretty much the second floor. But Jenny and Armando, did you ever investigate the dining room? So I know you guys been there a few times.
Yes, I love actually there. We get a lot of activity there. And there's like a
corner
table.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's a corner spot there that always gets, like, we even hear the chairs like creak, like if somebody sits down or like they get up. Yeah.
And I think there's two spirits there. I think one is trying to keep someone from leaving there. That's my feeling.
Huh.
Yeah, we kind of were thinking, like, we don't know for sure, but I think some of our other team members mentioned that they got Lonnie's name, and on the wall out there's a picture of a guy, Lonnie Hood, and
in the dining room.
No, I'm sorry, upstairs.
In the second floor hallway. Yeah.
Yeah, and supposedly they think that might have been the guy that threw the woman out the window.
Yeah,
but I actually have
conversations of that.
Yeah, and I actually have a little clip I loaded up. Remember how we were saying that we were getting activity before we even started the investigation? When we were kind of first setting up, we did a few EVPs.
The live,
during the live, and I'll throw that up real quick. Check this out.
This side, I'm feeling like I kind of want to be over in this area.
Thank you. What is that? Is that the REM?
Yeah.
Pegged out?
Yeah. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Can you stop? Thank you.
On command.
A victim of the fire that happened here. Members perish with you. Thank you very much. Can you keep touching that for me? Just let me know that you are here.
Cam, do you feel anything? Like, do you sense anything?
It feels heavier than it was. At the beginning, it felt more curious than it does now.
They're starting to get a headache. I'm just not like I'm feeling like pressure on my head. Take back that EVP or see if we got anything.
Thank you. I want to ask you if you are a victim.
What was that?
Thank you. Can you stop? Thank you.
It's me.
I want to ask you
It's
if
me.
you are a victim of the fire that happened here. Can you just tell me yes or no?
Yes.
Yes.
Did any
That
of
was
your
a
family
straight
members
up.
perish? Just tell me yes or no. Did any of your family members perish with you?
Yes.
Yes, again.
Can you just tell me yes or no? Did any of your family members perish with you?
Isn't that about the first time you got your DR60?
That was when I first got it, I think. Yep.
Nice.
That's what I thought. That's when you broke it in.
Great EVPs.
Yeah,
You know,
definitely.
I was thinking about when you were mentioning about the door closing. Was that the same room that we were in doing an event one day
Mm-hmm.
and the door closed by itself?
Yeah.
So there's something about
The
that.
bedroom or the dining room?
The bedroom where the Al Capone.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. The
No,
first to the right.
It happened to us downstairs in the dining room.
Yep.
When we were wrapping up, we were getting ready. We were actually starting to pick up our gear. We were just BSing and like talking. We had a couple things, and it's funny too because you mentioned like the chairs creaking, but we actually had EDIs sitting on the chairs, and they were getting hits on them with the vibration and everything
Mm-hmm.
in that area. And then we were just talking, and the door you just heard click, and it just went
It swung
and
open.
just opened right up, and we're like, that
You're
door
talking
was
about
shut.
The
dining
door
room.
that goes from the kitchen to the dining room?
No,
that
from
goes
the
dining room
main,
to like
the main lobby to the dining room.
Oh, yes.
And like I said, I was sitting there and I heard it go click and open, but I thought somebody was walking in because there were still some people like roaming around. But Eric goes, what? You know, so too bad we didn't catch it on camera. Obviously,
I know. We thought we did. I think like we had it like the camera on, but it wasn't like in the frame of the door closing. It was like
and then
right
your
next to
tripod
it.
like exploded.
Yeah, that was
Remember,
weird.
like the nut came off the bottom and the spring and everything. It was just sitting there, and it just like went.
So
Wow.
I'm going to show everyone some activity that I got there in that dining room.
Let's do
with the devices and EVPs. Like this is like a pretty cool scene right here. So check this out.
is it
Can you do that again? You remember me? I didn't get your name. Is that you touching my device? Can you do it again? Thank you.
Wow, that was
That's
good.
pretty cool, right?
That was very clear.
That was
That
awesome.
was
that
like- You could tell it was intelligent, right? Especially when it's
Yeah.
playing with the
Different
device and it's
devices, yeah.
confirming me with an EVP. It's crazy.
What's interesting too is like, personally, I feel we get more hits on our REM pods than we do the REM feature on the Mel meter. I
Mhm.
think for some reason, the Mel meter is just one of those devices like, if it's hitting, it's hitting. There's no denying it. And we
Yeah,
had that on both this room and then on that room upstairs in the previous clip. That, we had that Mel meter pegging upstairs.
Yeah, I got a clip
So-
of that too.
Yeah, it's
So-
pretty freaking wild. And then real quick, what Old Town Mystic said, the Flanagan's Cup, though. Ha ha ha. If you don't have a cabinet full of Flanagan's Cup, are you really from South Florida?
Wait,
No.
do you have a pink one? Do
You
you have
know.
a pink one?
I do.
Yeah,
I
that one's under my sink, actually.
Okay, just want to make sure.
Yeah.
So
That's where the
real,
toilet scrubber
rice
goes
can.
into.
real quick, guys. Like, if you are familiar with a Mel meter, if you're not, it's a multi-tool, right? It does temperature, it does EMF, and then some of them also have a REM pod built in. And the REM pod on the Mel meter is way less sensitive than a actual REM pod device. So for them, the Mel meter, when it goes off, there's something going on for sure.
Oh yeah. So remember when I was telling you that I think there's like two different entities and one's like keeping the other one back? Well, I'm gonna play one more clip from that dining room where I feel like I was communicating. I got two responses from two different people, and I don't know. They may sound the same, but the energy felt different. So check this out. So yeah, those are my thoughts right there.
Exactly.
Sort of a smart ass, right?
Yeah.
Very much.
Pretty funny.
So like we're a little quiet right now because like I said that we are on the radio side of things and we can't say certain words, but that one there was
another F-bomb
dropped by the spirits at Hotel Redland.
I should do a voiceover over my next ones. That'll be better, right?
Now, how about, do you have any clips from the kitchen?
No, I didn't have anything from the kitchen. Well, I did have like a clip, but there was a lot of like noise, so I didn't really pick anything up on my EVPs. It was just picking up. Our recorder just picking up that background noise. So, yeah. So yeah, I want to get over and done with the dining room because upstairs is very cool, and because we got much more to show you, but we're almost at the halfway mark, right, Mike?
Yes, sir. So let's do our let's roll this for a big shout out to our new sponsor, the Ghost Hunter store. Super stoked.
Yeah.
And guys, listen to this, right? So what we did is we're not making any money off any of this.
It's going to you guys, actually.
Yeah. So what we're going to do is we're going to take that couple bucks that they're going to give us, and we're going to give it to you guys in a form of a promotional gift card, like a promo to their website. So starting next month, we're going to be doing a giveaway, and we're going to be raffling off and giving away $50 gift card to the Ghost Hunter store. And they're also going to be hooking us up with promo codes. That's coming soon.
What's up, my paranormal peeps? I'm Eric Vanderlaan, and I'm the host of War Party Paranormal Radio, and also the team leader of War Party Paranormal Research. And we got an exciting announcement to let you guys know tonight, and it involves stuff like this, and my co-host is going to tell you all about it.
What's up, guys? I'm Mike Delcoro with War Party, obviously. We are a technical team, and we always have people ask us, where can we get equipment like this? Well, you can get it from the ghosthunterstore.com. We got a nice little sponsorship worked out with them. We're going to be doing some giveaways, so stay tuned. Very, very cool, and go check them out at theghosthunterstore.com.
Peace. Check it out.
Peace.
I like the commercial. Very nice.
Yeah, definitely. And big shout out to Dave from the Ghost Hunter store. Awesome guy.
Yeah, and he's actually, him and his wife have been investigating for 35 years, and he's actually a demonologist and worked with Johnny Zaffis.
He's going to be on the show.
Yeah, we're going to have him on the show here shortly.
Yeah.
Sorry
about
about
demons.
My ashtray was catching fire.
Oh.
It's not good.
Well, there was a fire at the hotel. Several people
Never
died.
a dull moment in the lab.
Right over there.
Smooth transition. Smooth.
Right.
Smooth.
Right? You're almost a professional, dude. Jesus, that was awesome.
Yeah, you put it out too.
Speaking of fires,
Speaking of fire, happened right over here in this corner.
Fire.
I just had to pour some beverage on it.
I got a fire for you.
You know what's fire is that is your background.
Fire.
Your background is fire.
Yeah,
Guys, did you see this?
Can we get a close up of that background so everyone can see it? Now tell them, explain that background, everybody.
So as you can see from left to right, you will find the happy faces of Team 305 Paranormal. You have Armando giving the horns up, Jenny with her lovely smile, Mike Delcoro with his eyes barely open. With one of the other photos I could find, Eric also giving the wazah, and then just me smiling like if I had way too many martinis down in the hotel bar downstairs. And then we have the lady in white over on the right in room 102 or 201. Sorry, I messed that one up. And then there's another entity downstairs in the area, which is the dining room where we got those lovely EVPs.
Oh,
yeah.
that's a creeper.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Very cool. I like
Yeah.
it. I like it.
So I gotta church it up. I gotta show.
You got to make it Florida.
Not only are
So
we
Florida
when
weird.
you put your
we're
head
also
just
like-
right,
Weirdo.
what do you call that?
it's like you have the angel and the devil
Creative.
over your shoulder. Like
Oh,
you got Smiley Joe on one side and Sleepy Mike on the other side.
Yeah. Then if you get angry, you just
What
tilt to the
activities
other
were you
side
guys
and
up
you
to?
get both horns.
I'm gonna go.
Exactly. Funny.
Very creative, very on point. So now I don't know, like not everything's all dread in that room upstairs in the second floor. I got a pretty funny clip here that I want to share with everyone. This is like before we're going to show the other clips. This is like a little warm up for El Puma for the Estes. So we were doing a spirit box session, and then after that we did an Estes session. But I don't know. It's like sort of like I don't know. This ghost has like some humor here. Well, here we go. I'm gonna have to show it so you can understand it. Here we go. Why is that reading EMF? That hardly ever picks up EMF.
And there's nothing here that would set that off like that. That's wild. It's still going.
Yeah.
Can you try to reset it and touch the antenna real quick?
Are you in the closet? Are you hiding there?
Cookies are in the other room. If you want cookies, go over and get them.
Get them?
What's your favorite cookie?
Come on, don't get shy now.
Oatmeal or chocolate chip?
I got both.
In fact, I'm gonna go get one. You want me to get one for you?
Okay.
Yeah, I heard okay.
Well, what do you want? Which one? Which cookie? Better let me know. I may bring you something you don't like.
Mommy?
Chocolate.
A chocolate?
I had chocolate. Chocolate.
Now my next question is, how do you propose to eat it?
I'll eat it for
Buy you
you.
oatmeal, is that okay?
Wrong one.
I want chocolate.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, tough. Like, I'm not going back.
I asked him how he was going to eat.
That was a
By
good
the way,
question.
yeah, right?
We did it all for the cookies.
All for the cookies.
Did it all
What?
for the
And the
cookies.
noogies.
The cookies. What?
And then it started getting serious later on that night. There wasn't any laughing going on then. But
No, I yelled at that ghost later on that night.
quick reminder to everyone, if you haven't subscribed to our channel, War Party Paranormal, please do. It helps us out. And if you like this show, tell all your paranormal friends about it. Tell them to do the same. Because you're going to be able to get money to buy stuff at the Ghost Hunter store. So that should be enough incentive right there.
Exactly. We're going to bribe you to like us.
Yep, definitely.
One way or another.
We'll send you cookies.
And shout out to our super co-founder Scotty for always bringing treats to our investigations. So rule number 1, paranormal investigation: make sure you have plenty of treats
And a sweet
So
tooth.
there you go.
Gotta have
Mama
chips.
bear.
Mama
Yep.
bear.
Scotty's room was the party room. We're throwing it down.
That was
Right?
a freaking bakery.
Yeah, exactly. Gained like 10 pounds. I gain weight when I go to investigations.
Yeah, me
Crazy.
and Joe were like 100 pounds apiece when we first joined War Party.
Uh-huh.
And then it was just too many treats.
Treats.
Yeah, right.
I put my entire blame on Scotty. Thanks.
Yeah,
Thanks, Scotty.
Definitely.
Thanks, boss.
Thanks for the
Yeah.
cholesterol.
Exactly.
Wow.
Uh,
She's not even here to defend herself.
She's on the chat.
Oh, by the
Shame.
yeah, she's
way,
on the chat. Yeah.
shout out to Franny for filming that video. That was
Oh yeah, so real quick,
tree.
I wanted to throw this out there, right? That REM was singing, boy.
Yeah, it was.
And that was the window. That was the window where the sucker went out of it, right there.
Yeah, definitely. So, and it's weird because like then like on the further left of that window is like a closet, and I always feel like there's something. And the closet's open. There's no door. It's just like an open area. Like imagine a closet with no door. That's what it looks like next to that window. And I always feel like something heavy every time I go there in that area right there.
When I walked in there too, I had gone around when we were doing the live on TikTok. We went around there, and that was one of the spots that I was like, dude, this feels rough over here. And then Franny comes in later on in the night. And she walked over there and she's like, I do not like this corner either. And that bathroom too. That bathroom was kind of like,
she had to go downstairs. She thought she was going to throw up.
Yeah. No, it's definitely weird energy in that place.
You sure it wasn't eating too many cookies though? No, it's teasing. It's teasing.
Chocolate.
I'm gonna get in trouble. Why did you say that? I'll throw down some.
Give me Seymour. Hell yeah.
Exactly.
There's
So
chocolate chip, double chocolate chip, or some macadamia. All right, sorry. The fat guy's talking. Go carry on.
No, keep going. I didn't want you to stop. I was like,
oh my god, delicious cookies, and we get them sometimes some cookies, and sometimes they're home baked, but sometimes they're like these beautiful Publix brand cookies. And if you're from Florida,
what's going on around here?
Get your cakes at Publix. We get our cookies at Publix.
It's a Florida thing. You wouldn't understand.
We get our subs.
Our subs.
Chicken
I will fight anybody
subs.
over
chicken
tender sub from Florida.
We call them pubs.
Into
pub subs.
Pub subs. There you go.
We've turned this podcast into
Publix.
Food Network.
Publix. There we go.
That's right.
Publix.
So I think Publix is like branching out into like other states now. Is that correct?
Oh yeah, they're
all over Georgia.
All pretty
Publix
much
will be our next
coast,
sponsor,
except
by the
for
way.
like New York and stuff like that. But
Followed by Flanagan's Bar and Grill, where you can get the tastiest meat fall off the bones ribs.
And yummy.
Joe's Rockin' Rib
yummy
Rolls.
wings.
Yeah, and we gotta like get Publix to be the sponsor, so they'll get the paranormal equipment to the Ghost Hunter store,
and
then they'll get their double chocolate chip cookies, fudge brownies,
sandwiches,
cookies with macadamia nuts. Did I forget anything?
And if the Ghost Hunter store is out of cat balls, you can get cat balls at Publix. There you go.
That's true.
Let's go.
There you go.
And they always have logos.
And what's the most important thing as a paranormal investigator that we have to have on us at all times because of all of our equipment?
Batteries?
Batteries. We got to have our freaking batteries. So you can also get those at Publix for the low price of
exactly.
Not so low, actually.
No. I got this at Publix, and this is like keeps my drinks cold during an investigation. So shout out to Publix.
We got to email this.
We're getting a little bit crazy here.
Yeah.
Okay, let's talk about Ghost Hunter.
Way off track.
I see like the number of people in the chat dropping. We got to raise up the level again.
Like, oh, these idiots are talking about food again. Here we go.
Yeah, that's right.
It's coming back. They're back.
It's a Florida thing.
Yeah.
Really
all right. So on a serious note,
that's just Goya.
Exactly.
No, okay. All right. We're done.
All right. Okay.
Okay.
I think.
All right. So
cookies
to keep my job to keep it on the rails. Right.
Keep it on the rails.
Keep it on the rails.
And there is a train station right across the street from the Hotel Redland. So speaking of
segue.
But on that train, they're serving some good cookies, by the way. Got to say that.
What's happening?
So anyway, back to ghosts.
Back to ghosts on a serious note.
So we were doing the Estes method a bit, and Joe is usually our sacrificial lamb. He is a bit sensitive to things, and he has a good ear.
He's got a sensitive heart.
He does.
Just because I cry doesn't make me so sensitive, okay?
If you cry, that means you're more of a man.
So we figured,
take pride in that, brother.
Let's put Joe in this bed next to the window and do an Estes session. And
after you eat all those cookies.
And real quick, I know we have a lot of paranormal investigators here in our chat and paranormal enthusiasts, but just in case you're unfamiliar with the Estes method,
pre-Delco.
Yeah, pre-Delco. You wear noise isolation headphones, kind of like this, plugged into a spirit box with a blindfold, so you can't sensory deprivation. All you can hear is a spirit box, and you can't see anything. And the subject that's doing it is just blurting out whatever they feel or whatever words they hear coming through the spirit box, and other people are asking questions, and we see if it correlates. And that's that in a nutshell.
Correlated. You're gonna run it? Or you're gonna let me
go for it? Because I don't know which ones you did and how you split it up.
Okay, I got you. Here we go.
Is there any other spirit here?
Leave.
Why do you want us to leave? We don't mean you any harm. You want to talk to me?
Get out.
We're not going to get out right now because we want to talk to you.
Leave.
We're not going to leave just yet. We have questions.
Relax.
Couldn't understand what he said.
Used.
Used? You feel used?
Joe.
Okay, so there was another thing that I talked to Joe about before we came here. He's been having some experiences at home and some stuff possibly following him or acting at his house, and he wanted me to ask why we were doing this, a couple questions about that, to see if the person that we're talking to right now are they with Joe? Did they come with Joe from his home?
What?
Is there anybody?
Get out.
Is there anybody here
Let's go.
that's following Joe? Has nothing to do with this location?
Let's see.
Okay, so maybe nothing is here that came with him. Maybe whatever he has going on is at his house because we didn't get any response.
Ooh, Joe,
So,
I wanted to ask.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry, Joe. I wanted to ask a question. So that's the first time I ever seen you doing that laying down. Did you experience anything different between laying down? Because you normally just like are sitting upright doing it. Was there any different experience that time?
Definitely. I was able to relax a lot more. And I mean, we've talked about it many times on the show and between ourselves. When I do the Estes and I'm able to like just fully just relax and engulf myself in, and I kind of slip into like a trance. And I was kind of teetering on the line of like being asleep and, being conscious at the time. That, I mean, we're only showing clips on it. If you were to watch the full video, you actually hear my voice like kind of like change in a way. Because as I'm like just drifting off and getting into that meditative state, and it's pretty freaking wild. Yes, absolutely, Scotty. So we had mentioned earlier that there was a fire in the hotel, and during that session, as I'm laying down, I actually, like, through my mind's eye, actually saw like if the room started just filling up with just smoke. So it was kind of like I was transported into that time, like experiencing like that smoke and seeing that for myself. So it was pretty freaking wild. We got some, from what I remember. I mean, this was a while ago that we did this investigation, but I mean, I think we got some pretty wild results with this one.
I got a part 2 clip to show too.
Okay, awesome.
But do you mind elaborating more on what Mike was talking about in the video? Do you feel okay telling people about how you felt something was at home?
So,
it's okay. Other questions?
No, I'm good. At the time, and it's funny because I was actually talking to Scotty about this while we were there that night. At this time is when I was starting to actually pay attention to my gifts starting to open up, starting to come into fruition. And it was especially coming to me in the time of like when I would go lay down in bed.
You're like a different person from back then till now, like what you've learned so far. I definitely see that.
What I've learned and my mentality, especially as far as like what I want to try to go into, is I've definitely started to lean a lot more towards the spiritual side of it. And again, for people, there's a big difference between religious and spiritual, and we'll talk about that on another show. But I've gotten a lot more in tune with myself, and I feel in tune with communications with with spirit. And I do tarot reading. I've been taking a class with April Bousset, who was our guest on the show, friend of the show.
I think she's here watching.
Yeah, I think she was here earlier. And
shout out to April.
It's been freaking intense. But at the time of this was like when this was first starting to come up for me. So some of the things that I was experiencing was basically like I would lay my head down, and almost like as soon as I would lay my head on the pillow, maybe within 2 minutes, I would just hear hello. And it was like damn, okay, like is this in my head? Is this really happening? So I would like brush it off. And then to the point that I would start hearing conversations out in my living room. And I would hear like another night, I would hear another like, hey Joe, like somebody like a child come up and go, hey Joe. And then I remember even one night I got up, trying to like creep to not wake my wife up, and come out to the living room, and I'm like, all right, like I hear you, like I know you're here. I'll make time for you to talk, but right now I'm trying to go to sleep. Like, you got to stop. And that was a big struggle that I was having, was learning how to like turn that off. And I've gotten a lot better with it as far as like being able to turn it on, turn it off when I need to.
You send me like videos like, dude, my REM pod's going off for no reason at home.
Yeah, I had I was gearing up. I think it was actually for this investigation. And I was just setting up equipment, just putting batteries, testing it, making sure everything was functioning the way it's supposed to. And I just literally laid down the mel meter. I laid the mel meter down on top of a shoebox. Shoebox was empty. It was just there to just not drop it. And that thing started firing off, and then I would ask it to stop, and it would stop. And then I would ask it to start again, and it would go, and it would, so almost pegging. So I was definitely communicating intelligently there. And then I even had a reading with our friend Carly. She did a tarot reading for me because I was trying to figure out who I was communicating with. I have an idea of who it is. It hasn't, he hasn't been messing with me too much. He comes every once in a while just to, kind of reinforce that I'm doing good, as far as with, the stuff I'm doing. And people are like, your guide, this is not my guide. This is just someone who's with me.
Okay.
So it's I've like you said, man, I've changed like from the time of joining War Party, and I was very equipment heavy, and I wanted everything, and I wanted an Ovilus, and I wanted this and that. And at this point, I've had this conversation with Mike. I was like, dude, I'm about to sell everything and just have my mel meter and a recorder and just go, because like I'm literally walking to places and I'm like, like, give me a second, boom, okay, there's a woman here, name like we did this last week at Old Davy. It was freaking crazy. And
hold that thought 1 second, because we're at that 50.
We got to do the
minute mark.
thing.
We got to do our.
No, you're good.
we got to do our transition, our compliant transition. So just want to let everyone know that's on the KGRA Digital Broadcasting Network that you guys are moving on to the next show. And just remember that KGRA is not only just War Party Paranormal Radio, but they got a bunch of amazing shows, and it's running all day long, every day. Anywhere from other paranormal shows to cryptids to Bigfoot, all sorts of things. So why don't go to their website and check out their shows and check them out. You won't be disappointed. And they got some big names. They got Bishop Long, people. They got MUFON. If you're into UFOs, they got a show there. So it's pretty awesome. So also, for those of you that want to stay on, you can also watch us on our War Party Paranormal YouTube and Facebook. And again, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, all the above on our YouTube, and tell all your friends about it and tell them to do it too, because they're going to be getting some money towards paranormal equipment. So that's always awesome. How'd I do, Mike?
Perfect. I love it.
All right, cool.
Rocked it, dude.
So real quick, guys, kind of going back to what Joe was talking about, right? So me and Joe are buddies. We were buddies before War Party Paranormal. And, even the first time we investigated, we knew kind of something was up, because he was like, man, I feel really weird in this spot, but not over here. If I walk over here, I feel fine. If I walk over here, I'm like, I don't know, and then being, a good friend of his and being with him through this experience where he's starting to, realize that he does have a gift. At first I was like, shit, oops, can I say that? Nope. One of my good friends is losing his freaking mind, right? But I was like talking to him, and I'm like, so first we thought maybe he had an attachment, right? And then we kind of realized that it wasn't such. It was the fact that he was opening himself up, because we were investigating so much more often. And Joe, jump in here anytime. But you're opening yourself up more. We're investigating. People say that a Ouija board, oh no, it's community. Well, it's the same thing that we're doing with EVPs, right? You're opening yourself up. You're asking for spirits to communicate with you. You're giving them that invitation. And when you are, sensitive to things, or you have any kind of abilities, and they start to grow, you
don't need equipment.
Yeah, exactly. But that's what was going on. Is he was opening himself up, and it almost became like he was like a lighthouse. So any spirits around would go to him, because they're like, oh, this dude can hear me. Yeah. I'm going to go talk to this guy. He can hear me. So and
it's funny, because I was like being told that by multiple people that did not even know each other, and they were telling me the same thing. They're like, right now you are like a freaking like at the casinos where they have those like super strong lights that like just shine straight up into the air. Like you are a light beacon right now, attracting anything and everything that is like, okay, that guy over there can like communicate with us. And I mean, Mike was saying, he's like, yeah, my buddy's going crazy. I thought I was freaking going nuts. I was like, dude, okay, I'm investigating way too much. It's getting to my head. I'm starting to experience this. And it was like, no, like the more I would do it, like the more the feelings would come. And that intuition of like, I would go to a spot and be like, here. To the point of like, we would go places and I'm like, right here. No, so I don't like this over there. EVP, boom. It's Savannah. We just went to Savannah a couple months in May. And we were riding on our little scooters back, and we passed by Colonial Park Cemetery, and I stopped, and I was like, we need to do an EVP right now. And sure as hell, boom, we got an EVP like on point, like on command.
We were cruising down the sidewalk on our just fat guys on a little scooter, cruising down the sidewalk in our electric scooters.
Fat guys on a little scooter.
It was like two Chris Farleys in the middle of the night in Savannah, Georgia. Wonderful.
And we were cruising so just picture this, right? You cast iron gate to the side of you, and we're like a foot away from it, cruising down the sidewalk at night, and Joe just stops, and I go and I turn around, and he stops. He's like, come here. And he's like, we got to do an EVP right here. and I had my DR60 in my little sheath, and I was like, shh. And we're like, and sure enough, right there where we stopped, we got communication. So wild. Very
well,
wild.
let's show part 2 of the Estes clip, and then I know Jenny's sensitive too, and she's been growing. I want her to talk about that as well when we come back after this clip.
Jenny's a badass, by the way.
There we go.
After these.
So we know that you're here.
Jackie, it's over.
It's over? It's not over. What does that window mean to you over there? Did you fall out the window? Or did you get thrown out of the window?
Be quiet.
Be quiet. I know we keep saying be quiet, get out, go away. It's being very difficult and doesn't want to talk.
Can you talk to me?
What are you doing?
I'm watching you. What are you doing?
Leave us.
You want me to leave?
Make him a cake? He said 20 minutes.
Sorry.
Stop.
Why are you sorry?
It's Joe.
What's wrong with Joe?
Okay.
So, Eric, when you weren't here, I asked, Joe wanted me to ask him when he was doing this, if somebody followed him here, because he's been having some possibly attachment.
It's crazy. We thought that there was a freaking attachment to me, and I was like, okay, and I was doing.
But you didn't feel any of that, right, during that session?
During the session, I felt like I was teetering on the line of like being asleep and being like awake, just responding. And like if you watch the full session, you hear me going from like, red, apple, fig two.
Mm-hmm.
Green. Like I was like just toting
like
that
in a
line.
trance.
And the more I would slip into it, the more intelligent those responses that we were getting would like come through. Like they were just like wrapping up. Like, we're showing, a minute long clip here. Like we did the session for over 20 minutes. I know we had said I think we kept going for another like 10 minutes or so.
Real quick, I threw my website across the bottom ticker, FLA paranormalresearcher.com. You could see the full session there.
Most of the full sessions that all of us have done, and it's great. And like I was saying, I'm taking April Bussett's class, and it's helping me a lot, and it's opening me up. But I don't want to sell anybody short, because Jenny right here, Jenny is a badass as well.
She's been taking that class too.
You're a badass.
No, we are equally badasses. Okay.
We're doing our thing.
And Jenny is kicking major ass, and we do a lot of practices on our own, via like Messenger, and we make like kind of like a little game about it. Like we'll have Armando pick an object or draw something, and and then we take turns trying to figure out what that object is that's being focused on, and we're nailing it. Like we're like almost like damn near. I give us an easily 90% like rate like of success. Like we are. Just
Armando's on the other side of the chat going like this. What am I doing now?
That would be probably would
Young Cafecito.
Yeah.
Can I get
there you go.
Can I get a little bit of that?
Joe.
Oh, here you go, Joe.
Give it to Joe. Pour it in his cup.
I did.
Thank you.
Man, what's our next investigation?
Right?
Withdrawal.
So
withdrawal
Jenny,
syndromes.
tell us a little bit about what's been going on. Like, so when did you know that you were sensitive and that you had another sense to the spirit world, and like you could feel what was going on, and you could tell and how that's grown?
Well, when I was young, I used to see certain things, and like I think when thinking back at it now, I would think that maybe like spirit was trying to just grab my attention. I would see like when in the house I grew up when I was small, the lights would like go on and off in a room. I'm a lonely child, so it'll be like just me and my mom in the kitchen. I can see her. I'll be playing outside in the porch, and in my bedroom, the light would go on and off, and I'll just be like staring outside, like looking at it, and then like looking this way, and I'm looking at my mom in the kitchen, and I'm just like looking back over here, and it'll turn back off, and I'm like, oh my God. And I was terrified of like, say, that room at that time. So little things like that. Every time I would move, like it would be something else, like something like making noise. And the noise thing I didn't really notice or pick up on until like when I got older.
Right.
Like Joe was saying, he would hear like conversations outside of the bedroom. I was getting that a lot. And actually in the house that we lived in, when I first joined War Party, I was getting that a lot. I was getting, I don't know, like I felt like there was like a little kid there for some reason. I thought I saw something one time. Like I was like sleeping and I woke up and I thought I saw like a little kid's face like there, and it was like vanished, and I was just like, bruh, like get away from here. And I don't know if those things were like just starting to like follow me from investigations, but I've always had also people tell me, and like mediums, like just like Joe, it'll probably be the same mediums that go to our events, and they're like, you are super open, but like that, you're like a lighthouse. It's just like a little beacon, just go beep, beep. And when I first met Armando, I told him, I was like, probably gonna have some weird stuff happen around me. And he thought I was
like,
crazy.
Girl, you crazy.
Girl, this girl crazy. And then it started happening to him. He's like, I'm crazy now.
Latin women.
It's like, I like crazy.
Those Latin women get under your skin, bro.
Yes. So, and we're just trying to like use it now. You know what I'm saying?
And how have you progressed since like starting with War Party and now all the way just recently taking April's class with Joe?
Just us doing our practices. I am trying to meditate more because I think that helps a lot. And April has mentioned that. And I think Patty McGree has mentioned that also, and just trying to communicate more and be open to the spirit and more in tune. I'm trying to see if that helps maybe connect more to spirit when we do investigations, maybe find out what is going on or what, like now I feel like, say like in one location, I don't think it's one spirit. I think it's something else. And I would have never really like thought of that until like trying to connect with that,
And what did you feel that was at Hotel Redlands? Like,
so in that room, is it 201 or 102?
201.
I'm like dyslexic.
201.
So 201.
But 202, that adjoining one gets the same energy from there too.
Yeah.
And that room creeps me out, but I like going in that room for some reason. Like I love investigating that room, and we barely even go in there. But the 201, something is like super aggressive towards me, and I think, I don't know, maybe because I'm like not like of a low vibe, that thing just like can't stand me. And I think it was being negative towards Joe also, and I feel it's because it's the same way. It's just kind of
probably
like
because you're sensitive.
Knowing.
It knows that you can communicate with them.
Yeah,
maybe it doesn't want that.
He doesn't. We were doing kind of like an Estes. One day I slept over there, and after that Estes session, I was like, I didn't even want to sleep in that room. I was like, I don't want to be here anymore. I was super creeped out, and it was just my friend was just spitting out like negative things towards me, and it almost made me feel like it was like in his brain now, and I was like, damn, this thing is weird. Like it was very awkward. Yeah.
Then Armando was next to you with the K2 and the recorder going.
Armando was with the mini 305s.
Oh yeah, he was with the minis.
Okay.
He was
So-
there, then he had to leave.
Real
It's
quick,
like-
since we're going down this neck of the woods here, Armando, you were not a paranormal enthusiast, right? Like you really weren't into it that much. And then is this true? I'm asking. And then
Yeah.
And then
No,
when you started, obviously Jenny was into it. You guys, she was investigating. You started to come along, and you started to realize, like, holy cow, there's some stuff going on here. And that's how you got into investigating. Is that correct?
Yeah. So a little bit of my backstory into pretty much my interest in paranormal. It's so yeah, dating Jenny and being around her friend. I was just like, man, why do you guys always like watch this?
We like this
Like
stuff.
I like to watch like comedies. I like to play video games. I love sports.
Miss Morbid here.
Like, come on, man, let's watch a funny movie. No, let's watch Ghost Adventures. No, let's watch Ghost Hunters. No, let's watch scary movies or whatever. And then, just you want to get closer to your partner. You're just like, all right, I'll check out Ghost Adventures. Let's see what the big fuss is. And I thought it was cool.
But I think it's because you never had that.
I never had my own experience. One day I'm playing PlayStation and waiting for Jenny to get home so we can go and watch a movie. And then all of a sudden I'm sitting on a futon and I'm playing. And all of a sudden I feel like it's really cold right next to me, really cold. And I'm like, it can't be the AC because I would feel cold throughout my whole body, but I feel cold right here. And all of a sudden I hear rate, which is the springs from the futon going down. And I look and I see an impression of something sitting right next to me, super cold. And
That's at the house Jenny was talking about?
Correct.
Okay.
No, this is a house that we moved into when we were getting married.
Yeah,
this is definitely another house. It was
And yeah, I'm seeing that and I'm like, what is going on? I don't want to acknowledge it. I'm just gonna keep playing and hope it goes away. Eventually it did go away. And that's what started building up my curiosity. I'm seeing this on TV. I finally had my own experience. So it's kind of like what I said a few episodes back, why I wanted to become a paranormal investigator is because I have questions that I want answered. And it's funny, the longer I've been with War Party and investigating with you guys, it seems like I have more questions than answers.
Yeah.
Right. Funny how that works.
Yeah. So yeah, I had my own experience and I got interested in investigating, and here I am.
Cool. Very cool. And thanks for
I
sharing
have-
that with us, guys.
Definitely.
I have one last thing that I want to like just throw out there. Me personally, I've experienced stuff since I was very young, and it frightened me. Like I was terrified for most of my life, to the point that I blocked a lot of stuff out. And we've talked about this amongst ourselves before. I've shared with you guys like the stuff that I've experienced growing up. And I joined War Party in 2020.
Because you met me, right? At the
Right.
Riddle House.
I met Eric at the Riddle House.
Brainwashed him.
There was one of the public events, and I went out there and I started BSing with Eric because I had this little white Olympus 405 old recorder, that thing must be like 15 years old.
I got that, yo.
Dude, he's like, yo, I got that. Like that recorder's awesome. And we were just like bullshitting for a little bit. I can say that now. It's after 10. So we're kicking it, and then he invited me out one night. Hey, we're gonna go out to the cemetery. Why don't you come out? And it was like an unofficial tryout. Like I had no idea. I get there, it was like a whole bunch of people. and I was like one of like the last ones that like remained like throughout the night. Everybody else took off, and they were like, "Oh, you can
He
go." I
thought
was like,
he
"Oh
thought we were
no."
gonna do some hazing or something like that to him.
Yeah, I was like,
He's like
"Screw
nervous the
this,"
whole
you
time.
know?
Like, bro, why are you so nervous?
Yeah.
Relax.
Nah, I was having a great time. And then like I meet, I get asked to, to come out and join the team, and then I met Mike. I met everybody on our team, and then I meet Mike, and we connect over talking about over dinner. His girlfriend and my wife are best friends, and we connect over talking about aliens and conspiracy theories, and we were having our own thing. Like, these two girls did not exist in this conversation, and
You guys
and we
were on
were
the
just
date.
we were on the date. It was
You had a
our
bromance.
date. Yeah, it was one of those things, man. It was like, you gotta. It's like
I want to
I've
go on
known
a
Cat.
date.
I've known Cat for years, and I love the shit out of Cat. So it's like, I want to know who her dude is. I want to know what's up. And then we start hitting on like aliens and stuff, and it was like, and then like, I had just joined War Party, and then a couple months later, I was like, hey, come out, and I bring out Mike, and he kicks it with everybody, and what I've, long story short, what I'm trying to get at is,
He was sort of like I just want to say something like the Hellfire Club. He was like the one that had to like recruit people to come.
Right.
Nobody wanted to go, but he found Mike.
Yeah.
Sorry for my interruption.
No, it's fine, man.
That's
I'll
okay.
let what I'm basically is I'm alluding to is
Metallica in the background.
Is like you know what, like I feel very lucky. I feel very lucky to be not just a part of this team, but to have met like these people that, I love you guys. Like, I love my team. I love you guys are my friends, and
I'm gonna hug you the next time I see you.
No, I'm gonna hug the shit out of you guys too. But like it's crazy because it's something that I felt like was just like missing, like
yeah.
And when I got thrown into the mix of this and all that, yeah, it's
with the right peeps,
incredible,
Yes.
absolutely. And I feel I feel so good to be.
We
part
sleep in
of
cockroach motels.
It's awesome too. Oh,
we do.
Wouldn't be the first time. Wouldn't be the last. Won't be the last.
No, exactly, for sure.
But for everybody watching, like, no bullshit. Like,
This
War
how we
Party
are.
Paranormal is not just a team. Like, we really are a family. We love the shit out of each other, and I'm so proud to be part of this team.
Proud to have you.
I just wanted to say that.
Absolutely, I second that. It's like we really are like a good group of friends and a family, and we all talk on a regular basis. And it's just
he won't stop texting me. It's like all day long. Can't get enough of me. Just teasing.
No, it's great. We really do all work really well together, and when we go to an investigation, like, there's no BS. Like, everybody knows what we do. Like, we all know we grab our stuff. We do it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's no nobody's like saying like, all right, this is what you're gonna like. We all just kind of get there.
No,
like, hey, what's up? And
there's
we know
no
what
boss. We're like just hanging out.
Yeah, we all just kind of connect.
We got the same mission. All we want to do is get crazy ass evidence.
Yeah, and we all work really well together. It's like an unspoken thing. Like we we just work really well together, all of us. And there's a good amount of us too. There's a whole group in the North team.
30 team members all together.
30 team members.
We're
but
just
yeah,
the
no,
crazy
Joe,
ones that are doing it all the time.
For sure, man. Like, it's so crazy how like everything kind of happened too. Like, you met these guys, and then me and you did an investigation together.
Thanks, Captain J.
Yeah.
And then, we just met everybody, and it just became like this really awesome dysfunctional family.
Yeah, it's
Yes.
amazing.
Not
And
really
there's
functional.
one person there on the chat I want to give a shout out to. That Javier Marban. That guy is like my brother. That's like my best
Sweet.
friend, my brother.
Oh, is that Javi?
Very
Hey, what's
cool.
up,
Yeah,
Javi?
Javi.
What's up?
Since I was I think we met in second grade, fighting
Wow.
over the height chart. in class who was the taller kid, and I whooped his ass even though he's older. But that dude's like my brother, and he knows like all this fucking like crazy shit that I've gone through, especially the paranormal stuff, and I know like we've talked about it. He's like, dude, he's like, I'm happy that you fucking like found this, like, that you found like your people, in a sense,
Yeah.
for that,
Our little tribe.
One of
so,
these days, we're gonna get like 30 windows of all the team members on this chat. See how that goes.
I hope
Crazy.
so. It'll be
Yeah,
awesome.
that'd be awesome.
Everybody share their little stories with each other. And I'm trying to get
Some of
Javi
the
to come out
camera
for one of
shy.
these investigations with us. He's got to
Come
come
on,
out.
Oh,
Nice.
do it.
He,
Yeah,
he
come
actually
join
he
us.
did the first time
There's
I ever
cookies.
went to Savannah.
Cookies.
Not the first time I ever went to Savannah. He came out
Cookies.
with me to
Cuban coffee.
the Sorrel Weed House, and he did the investigation. And his
Millimeters.
face, I have video. It is priceless with some of the shit that was going on. That he's just like, bro, this is fucking crazy, bro. This is fucking.
Didn't
crazy.
you guys do the Deering Estates like 100 years ago too?
No. His ex-girlfriend from like way back, she was very into like the paranormal. She grew up with us. She went to school with us too, like growing up. So she was a good friend as well. And she came out. It was me, her, and my two younger brothers that would go to Deering Estates when LPI was running it, and we would do their, be your own investigator thing, and we would show up those fuckers,
We'll be going back there soon, though.
And that's crazy, right? Because now we just did an investigation not that long ago with Susan Slaughter that was on LPI from the Deering Estates. It's like funny.
Exactly.
It's like such a small group of.
And Ingrid, that's on our team, she used to be on LPI.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
And when I was with Prism, we used to work together with LPI at the Deering.
Right.
And I know Colleen, super sensitive, that used to work with Susan, and that was with Ingrid, that were all on LPI.
Yeah,
Where am I going with this? I don't know. But
Colleen was one of the first people that I met and connected with. I almost joined LPI. And at the time, I was actually trying to start my own team at that time with me, Vanessa, and my two brothers, and then my brothers decided that they were terrified by all this stuff.
You're chicken.
Well, LPI would have been a great platform for you to start because they were more into like the sensitive part of it when it came to an investigation.
Hey, better late than never.
Yeah, and
I found it. Listen, the way I look at it is, I joined a team when I was supposed to join a team, and I joined the best goddamn team that there is out there. I don't care what anybody says, and
you're right.
I'll fucking fight you if you say
like
otherwise,
Puma.
right, bitch. I'll scratch the shit out of you.
Scratch you.
Like I said, dude, I love my team. I joined up right when I was supposed to join up. Nothing is coincidence. This was, it was one of those things that just everything just boom, boom, boom fell in line, and it's been a ride ever since. And
Joe, do us a favor. What is your shirt? Tell us about your shirt.
Very
I want one.
good.
I want one.
Yes, I want one.
So this shirt here, let me show my boobs.
Check out his link.
Show my boobs.
Yeah. All right. So this is, for those of you that don't know, I have a podcast coming out, and I hope that you all check it out. It's called Greetings from Florida, because I want to showcase the weird ass, beautiful place that is Florida. And I'm going to touch on all sorts of stuff. I want to touch on legends. I want to touch on lore, ghosts, hauntings, cryptids, true crime.
A lot of crazy stuff down here.
All the weird shit.
Crazy people.
That happens in the weirdest goddamn state in the country. Because
not just Latinos running around with mojitos.
As you can see by the definition on my shirt, this is the weirdness capital of the United States. Okay,
it is. Have you seen my Instagram post lately?
Oh hell yeah!
Let's go to start at Key West.
And then it's a strange place full of even stranger stories, because that is exactly what we are. Florida is a strange place full of stranger stories, and every story that you dive into, dumps into some other rabbit hole that you're just like,
Yeah, I think it's
What
because
the
of all the
fuck,
crazy
Florida?
different cultures we have here.
I
That's
blame
what
the
I
Cubans.
believe. Yeah.
I blame
So
the Cubans.
We're just a hodgepodge of.
real quick, Joe,
Yeah,
tell
just
us
kidding.
tell
I'm
us
just
where they
kidding.
can find the
We got
podcast and where they
Rustafarians
can
too.
find you on social media.
So you can find me at Joe Hunts Ghosts on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. I always forget TikTok, and YouTube. And the podcast premieres August 10th, Wednesday, 2 weeks from this Wednesday. Episode
We'll
1
remind you guys,
premieres,
by the way.
and you could find that it's going to be on pretty much anywhere you listen to podcasts. You can follow the show on Instagram at Flow Weird Pod on Instagram.
Spelled
Very,
like
very cool.
Sweet.
Looking
like
forward
this.
to it.
spelled like the shirt. Yeah.
Jenny, Armando,
Yep.
where can they find you guys on social media?
So 305 Paranormal, YouTube, TikTok, which I'm trying to do stuff on there, and then Instagram, and War Party Paranormal stuff.
Absolutely.
Please like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe.
Hit the like button.
I'm most active on Instagram, but my social media, I have YouTube. When I have time to put videos together, I'll put them out on there. And here's my website. I have a blog on there as well. It's FLA-paranormalresearcher.com. And I have links to all my other social media platforms and news and blogs and everything on the website. That's probably the easiest way to find me. And of course, www.warpartyparanormal.com.
Brand new.
What's up?
Hey, it's Eric.
It's
Hey,
me,
it's Eric.
Eric.
Hey.
It's me.
Hello. So you can
He's
find
here
me
too.
right up here. I put a little reminder thingy right there. Ghost Hunter South Florida on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. I keep saying I'm going to have something coming out on YouTube. Okay, it'll come soon, sooner or later.
It's a lot.
I'm saving it for a special time.
It's hard.
It's gonna flow in with the futures show, so I'll have that ready. So it'll be like a double header for you guys. Maybe we'll do that. So yeah, that's where you can find me. More Party Paranormal, the radio show, KGRA Digital Broadcasting Network. Check them out. They got some awesome shows. Paranormal, cryptids, UFOs, you name it. And then War Party Paranormal, you can follow them on right there. Am I pointing that right? There we go.
Yeah, actually, if you go to the War Party website too, there's all kinds
It's
of
all
links.
there. Everything's connected there.
Exactly.
And they're on
Yes.
Facebook.
Very cool.
We're on
Updated.
IG. You know what? We need to be on TikTok. We're not on TikTok. I'm gonna have to work
Not
on
yet.
that.
We all
So-
are, but not the team.
Not the
Yeah,
team.
they definitely
Every time I
have
try
to
to
be on
tag, I'm
TikTok.
like,
I don't think
And,
they're ready for this jelly. Okay.
Also, I want to give a shout out to the Ghost Hunter store. Right below me is their website, ghosthunterstore.com. Make sure to check them out. I mean, not because he's our sponsor. Dave is an awesome guy, but he's always trying to get things out of the ordinary. You got to check out the website and see the equipment he has. There's stuff there that you can't find anywhere else, and they're pretty cool. And it's always cool to have something that's different than other people. You don't want to be like,
and they've been around for ever.
22
yeah,
years.
definitely.
Yeah, that's like the first place that I've looked at back in the day.
We were
There's-
talking.
there's-
I
Oh,
was
sorry.
going to say
Go
we were
ahead.
talking about metaphysical stuff and religious stuff as well, and they have a
Everything.
ton of metaphysical stuff, religious items, camera equipment, and everything. You name it.
Does he have EVP'd my pants t-shirt on there?
I don't.
Yeah.
He's got a t-shirt like that, right?
I got one in my
I think
closet
so.
actually. And
But,
I got
yeah.
a mug.
You can follow the Ghost Hunter store at Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. So there you go.
Yeah, they're holding a
Shout
few cons coming up too as well.
Yeah, definitely. They were just at the
Because
New Jersey one last weekend.
New Jersey.
But anyway,
I always tell Mike,
Go
like,
ahead.
I always tell Mike, I'm about to get rid of all my shit, and I'm gonna just hold on to like this and that. But Ghost Hunter Store has the shadow tracker that I've really had my eye on for a really long time.
Yeah, I get that.
I'm thinking about getting that thing because it's such a cool piece of equipment in my opinion. I think it's just so cool.
Yeah,
So-
we had a meeting with Dave, and he says he's coming out with stuff, and we can't say it on air. That's going to be totally different. So be on the lookout for that.
He
So keep
actually
on
even
looking.
told us we might send us some prototypes to test in our events.
Yeah,
That is awesome.
Exactly, and we'll have videos of that.
See it here first, folks.
Exactly.
Quick,
and then
quick shout out to Wicked Cat. I have her tea.
Oh, there you go,
and
Wicked
can't
Cat.
subscribe. There it is.
Oh,
Eat,
and Kindred.
sleep, ghost hunt, repeat. And Kindred Paranormal. Thank you so much for sending me your necklace. Okay.
Yep.
Everybody
They're up in
on the
North Florida.
chats, you
Go
guys
check
are
them
fucking
out.
awesome.
Yeah,
you guys are
Chat,
incredible.
thank you.
It's always a good time.
Hey,
You
guys.
guys are very engaged. So
Yeah, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. I know most of you guys that are still here are all subscribed, but just throwing that out there.
Yeah.
Not a sponsor, but thank you, Publix, for your sweet treats and delicious sandwiches.
There you go.
And thank you, Joe Flanagan's for creating the rib roll, which will clog our arteries for life. And you are so delicious.
No. Wait. Stop. Flanagan's, I have a bone to pick with you. Look into my eyes. I have a bone to pick with you. Why did you take away the fact that I can retop my nachos for $3? Why'd you do that?
I didn't even know that was a thing.
It
Me
was a thing,
either.
and now they took it away. It's not a thing.
It's Christmas. That's why. Eat my ribs.
Hey, I found it. Eat more ribs.
On that note, we'll catch you
Mike,
guys.
You want to take this thing home?
Let's do it. We'll catch
All
you
right.
guys
Thanks,
next
everyone.
Monday, 9:00
Peace.
p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Keep it spooky, fellas and ladies.